You get a look at the fascinating world around us and beyond.
We hope you'll tune in.
For more information about A Moment of Science or to download our latest podcasts, visit us at amomentofscience.org.
Listen weekday afternoons at 5:45 on KSJE.
Hi, I'm Tracy Hales-Vass, writer, retired professor of creative writing, and founder of One Book, One Community. I now host Right On Four Corners every Wednesday, 10:30 to 11, when I'll talk to local and regional authors. So please join me Wednesdays here on 90.9 FM, KSJE, Farmington.
KSJE is proud to support Dancing with Farmington Stars, 7 p.m. Saturday, March 9th at the Farmington Civic Center. This season promises to be the best yet, with all new contestants dancing as iconic musicians throughout history. This year's local stars include Farmington Police Chief Stephen Hebby and Farmington Fire Chief David Burke. Find out more at fmtn.org/Civic Center. Dancing with Farmington Stars, Saturday, March 9th at the Farmington Civic Center. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, your community hospital with a rich heritage that dates back to before New Mexico was a state. We've been improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910. As a nonprofit hospital, San Juan Regional Medical Center is a values-driven organization. We strive to deliver on our mission to personalize health care and create vitality and enthusiasm in healing. We are here for you when you need us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services. 8:39, KSJE. You're listening to the Scott Michlin Morning Program. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. And greetings to our viewers who are watching our live video stream on the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. We are showing you a scene from Brownville, Maine this morning. This is the USA Food Pantry for Deer, and apparently it's breakfast time at the Food Pantry for Deer. It's now about 19 degrees in Maine this morning with some bright sunny skies. So good morning to the Food Pantry in Maine. Here at home, we are expecting a mostly sunny day here in Farmington with a high of 56 degrees today, 36 overnight tonight, but then a chance of showers in the forecast for the next several days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Chance of rain showers Wednesday and Thursday, high 62 tomorrow. That's pretty mild. 57 on Thursday. More regular chance for rain on Friday with a high of 55, and then rain and maybe some snow showers on Saturday with cooler temperatures. The high only making its way to 45 degrees. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, by the way, everybody, it is 35 degrees, and winds are out of the east at 6 miles per hour. I'm Scott Michlin. My guest on the radio this morning, Patience Williams, is here from the San Juan County Partnership. Once again, good morning, and thanks for being here.
I'm really happy to be here, Scott.
Lots of exciting topics that we're covering this morning, so it's always fun to visit with you, and I wanted to ask you a bit more about the community gardens that we talked about, I think, last year, and had a pretty good season at the community garden, at least in Farmington, that I know you and I talked about.
We did. We had a really great, successful year, and a shout out to Representatives James Strickler for, again, donating not only
That's
his
where
property.
The land came from, right?
His land, water, time, everything. And we've been in contact. I know he's in Santa Fe right now, working hard for us.
Right.
And we are getting ready to start on the garden tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
We have some good nice prime horse manure coming in. So,
well, there you go.
And I'm gonna be there to help get it all spread out. So,
okay.
No, we're getting everything ready, getting the ground set up.
Right.
Getting all that.
Not too early, apparently.
It's not too early. If
Here we are in March.
You can start getting some fertilizer on your soil. I mean, right now everything is wet.
Right.
I think most of the snow has been rained away.
Yeah, it's pretty much gone in most spots, I think, unless you're really in the shade.
Right.
But yeah, right.
And get some fertilizer, get some manure, mulch, get it in there, start working your soil now.
Okay.
So, and we're starting on that. And I know there's community gardens. There's another one in Bloomfield. And if anybody knows of community gardens that we don't talk about,
right,
contact me or Bonnie and let us know. We'd love to put you on the map.
Right.
So,
and the Bonnie you're talking about is Bonnie Hopkins, at the New Mexico State University Cooperative Extension Office in Aztec,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And so they would like to know about all these community efforts and things like you, to be able to either help or put them on a database, or at least get resources maybe, or just know about them, right?
Yes, we help out as all we can and get the word out there. We know.
And this help is free, everybody.
Yes, this help is free.
In many cases, if not all.
Right. And we want community gardens, of course, the main ingredient is community. The garden and the produce is secondary to that. It is getting to know your community, bring community together, and the benefit is fresh fruit and vegetables.
Right.
And
so you had a good season last year. This year, we are hoping we have plenty of water.
We have plenty of water.
Which is exciting, because we haven't talked about that, having that in a number of years.
Right. Yeah. Last year we were talking more about drought conditions, on how are we going to survive, and we did. We ended up having a second planting. We had to kind of tear everything up and replant it, and we ended up having a great harvest. Our last harvest, we ended up taking 200 pounds of produce up to Echo Food Bank. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
When you know what you're doing.
So that's
good.
I can't say I totally know what I'm doing.
Well,
Bonnie is a great teacher and a great coach.
But that's exciting. And if you want to learn, though, if you're a part of this community garden, you may be able to learn things this summer and then take it back to your home for your own garden.
Right. And a lot of people think, oh, I have a black thumb, I don't have a green thumb. Pot gardens,
right.
Growing pot gardens on the back porch.
You can do that.
If you live in an apartment,
yeah, right.
You have the little ones. I mean, there's so many things. A tomato plant.
Right.
They're beautiful little blooms, You can use them decoration, and then you have cherry tomatoes.
So
there's so many different ways to grow it. It doesn't have to be a huge 3-acre garden in your backyard. It can be super small. It can be big, whatever you want. So you can start out small. And if you have any questions, contact us. We will be doing some gardening classes and everything at the community garden throughout the summer, and we will definitely update you on those. We have a Facebook page.
And if folks aren't familiar with where the community garden is, because I think it's so amazing that it's literally in the middle of town.
It is in the middle of town.
And a lot of folks drive by and zoom by and probably never realize that just a block off of 20th Street is this community garden.
Correct. It is the old farmhouse community garden, and it's right off of Santiago. And you can drive down the alley, or you can park right there, or, opening up PhD's parking lot. But sorry, guys. They're right at PhD.
Okay.
Weight loss. It's right off of the parking lot on the other side, right there.
If you just drive off 20th, you would probably see it.
And we do have a little sign. It's not a big sign, but it's that big red farmhouse on 20th Street.
Right.
Is James's house. It's one of his rental properties, and
that's where the land came from, and that was all farmland at one point.
40 years ago,
back in the day.
It was, but then unfortunately for the last 40 years, it's been a parking lot.
Right.
And so we had to do a lot of work last year. Dr. Lombard helped us out, and Bonnie and a lot of community members, James, Anthony, and everyone just put in so much effort to get that going last year. So,
but what a transformation from a parking lot to this.
To a great community garden.
Right.
And so we've been talking for about the last month. I got to meet him down at the Roundhouse in January, and we've been in contact ever since, working on garden.
Very exciting.
So, yeah.
And that's just one of the many that are in the community. And again, if you're looking around, the Cooperative Extension Office may be able to direct you to something a little bit closer to your home if you live outside of the city of Farmington. But there are a lot of these popping up. I know about the New Beginnings Garden, I think, which is another one on Apache Street.
Yep, New Beginnings Garden. And I know the Bethany Church has one.
Right.
And they grow, I want to say, strictly for Echo Food Bank, but it's a great community effort there.
Yeah.
We do have one in Bloomfield. I want to say we're going to have one in Aztec if we don't already have one. I know Bonnie is working on something right now, which is super exciting. About her talk about it. So we do have them popping up all over the place. And like I said, if we don't know about you, contact us, because we'd love to know about you.
Exactly. And again, it's a great, I think, opportunity for someone who thinks, I'd love to have my own garden, but it's just too much, maybe too much work, too much responsibility. But by helping with a community garden, you can share the load with all the other neighbors and friends to make it successful.
And, and just our own experience, Bonnie's father-in-law and our mom, both retirees. Last year, they were the ones that were there so much,
right?
And it's hard sometimes to have your own garden at home. But I know Lynn does have his beautiful garden, and our mom isn't able to right at this time. And so she got to spend a lot of time at the community garden.
Yeah.
You know, so that's sometimes when you can't have your own garden at home, if you're not able to, the community garden is that place to go, not just for the gardening, but also for the community.
Right. And there's a certain something about getting that dirt under your fingernails, isn't there?
It is the most therapeutic, besides horses. Gardening is the most therapeutic thing to do. There's that dirt and the smell and just getting out there into the sun. It really is amazing.
And seeing the results at the end of the season, too.
Yes.
Very exciting. Well, wonderful. Well, patients, we just have a few minutes left this morning. Is there something we haven't covered yet that we need to talk about
in
our remaining moments?
I have my list, and I look like everything is done, guys.
Okay. We have the training. Let's talk about that once again. The dates and times again for the Growers Market vendor training.
Yes, which everyone, please go and sign up. Go to the FarmingtonGrowersMarket.com, sign up for the vendor training. It is March 16th at McGee Park from 9 to 4, broken up throughout the day.
Okay.
So 9 to 12 for just the vendor training.
Free?
Noon, yes, free. Noon to 1 for, networking, getting to know everybody. And then from 1 to 4, the farmer's business
training.
Yes.
And that's $10.
Yes.
But you get all the information and
all the information you could ever want on a flash drive given to you. So, but there is an Everbright registration on the Farmington Growers Market website. So definitely go. And if you want updates for the local food, local places, with the food hub and everything going on with that, go to aces.nmsu.edu and sign up for our newsletter. And if you want to opt out, if you get the emails and you're like, oh, nope, it's not what I thought it was, I'm not interested, unsubscribe.
You can do that.
It's very easy to unsubscribe.
Good.
We do not want to send people stuff that makes them angry.
That's right.
We don't want it to be a negative. So if you get it and it's not what you wanted, unsubscribe and we'll find something else.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no
foul.
foul.
There you go.
Right.
Okay. But very exciting. And, of course, with some of these future projects that you're working on, I think there is a lot of really interesting times ahead for talking about local food providers, growers, and it could be even some career opportunities for folks who maybe had thought about farming or were in farming, got out of farming. But as these things kind of develop and the markets develop, and that's the whole idea, is getting local markets. It's kind of that chicken or the egg question, right? One comes first. The growing the food or the demand for the food. Right. And that's what you're working on with a lot of other folks.
We are. And, and a lot of people, a lot of people are listening, across the country. Obviously, we just had someone from New York pipe in.
Yes.
So,
hello, Western New York.
Yes. If you want to farm, they have farmers. We have so much land in this area. And the average age of our farmer is getting on up there, close to 70. And some of the second generation, they don't want to do the farming. But there's people from across the country that are looking to farm, and they just need to know where to go. Come here.
Right.
Come here. There's opportunities. We have land leases, opportunities. And I know Bonnie, we're going to have her on here soon.
Right.
And she can go a little bit more into that.
And different from most other places in New Mexico, we have access to water.
We do have access to water.
Most years.
The San Juan Basin, most years, is really good. It's not where you have to worry about it too much. But there's land that, the families want to keep, but they want to lease out. They don't want to see it go fallow, So there are opportunities, and we want people to come to this area. Farmington is a great place, no matter what Newsweek and all these people say.
Oh, well, we don't
they don't count. They
That's
don't matter. We know the good place. And we want people to come into the community and see, and there is that opportunity here.
But there's a lot of places that have been farmed for years and years and years, maybe not so much anymore, but they're ready to go. Right. Literally, and maybe the irrigation is ready to go, or it's not wouldn't take too much to get it back up and running, and we're talking acres and acres and acres.
Acres, and then we have people with the knowledge and the resources to do that.
Right.
So if you're interested in farming and you live back east or Midwest or anywhere and you want somewhere new, come to Farmington. Call Bonnie. There you go. She'll get you set up. Everyone just call Bonnie.
And but there are these big, exciting plans that are coming into fruition. I mean, and I think that's what folks maybe until they actually see it, it's hard to maybe visualize what that means. But when we talk about maybe having the ribbon cutting at the food hub and seeing maybe a greenhouse go up and seeing some of these things, folks will feel bad that they didn't get in on the ground floor.
It's real and it's happening. And even for us, it's happening so fast that we did not. This was, when you think one of your dream big action
Yeah.
goals, which is up here. They're like, oh, well, we'll work towards that in the next 10 years.
Right.
It's going to be up and going in under 2 years.
Right.
It's huge.
And there's money backing all this
Yes,
up. We're
there
not
is.
just flapping our gums here on the
No,
radio.
there is money.
There's dollars.
We have hired Erin. Erin Havens is with us. You know, we brought her in from California.
Right.
And she's the new coordinator there. So it is happening. It is going to be up and running.
Okay.
So
Can't wait.
I know, me neither.
Come back and see us.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thanks, Scott.
Patience. Nice to talk to you. Patience Williams, my guest from the San Juan County Partnership, talking about nutrition and food and all kinds of things happening in Farmington and San Juan County. I'll be back with more in just a moment, everybody. The time is 8:52.
By a combination of daring and benevolent despotism, the Brooke family helped bring the Sultanate of Brunei in to the modern era.
A Moment in Time with Dan Roberts.
The tiny independent state of Brunei lies surrounded by Malaysia on the northern coast of the ancient island of Borneo in the southwest Pacific. European contact with the region began with the arrival of Ferdinand Magellan, but intensified with the coming of Portuguese and Dutch traders. In the early 1840s, the region was subjected to great internal racial turmoil complicated by the inept leadership of the physically deformed and mentally weak Islamic Sultan Omar Ali. Into this chaos came James Brooke. Heir to a considerable fortune, after service in the British Army in India, Brooke outfitted a schooner and sailed east. In Singapore, he heard of the troubles in Brunei and offered his services to the royal family, helped put down a rebellion by local Malay chieftains, and was rewarded with thousands of square miles of territory, which he and his family ruled as benevolent despots. In 1914, it was discovered that Brunei floats on a vast lake of oil and natural gas.